The CEO and creator of Canary Capital did something very bad. I'm going to present. This is about why an XRP ETF will hurt an ETH ETF. My name is Stephen McClure. He is the CEO. He's going to explain to Paul Barron why he believes the XRP spot ETF will do better than Ethereum, but his reason doesn't quite make sense. Let me know if you are able to catch it. If you can't figure it out, I'll do it for you. You should also pay attention to how Paul Barron acts when Stephen McClure talks to him. Pay attention. Why do you think the XRP ETF might not do as well as, say, Bitcoin and Ethereum, which are fighting right now? What do you think? Yes, I think XRP will do better than, say, ETH for 3 different reasons. One of them is stalling. And each ETF isn't something you should buy if you know a lot about crypto. You can go to a crypto market or somewhere off-chain or on-chain instead. You might get a gain of 2% to 3%. So why would you buy an ETF when you can get A? Where else would you yield? It doesn't make sense. XRP doesn't give that, whether it's on a market or in an ETF. It's free for you. That's the main reason. Second, I already said it was the best in its field. Hold on tight. Hold on tight. Okay. This is, in fact, the CEO and co-founder of Canary Capital. Oh, and he just said that the main reason people pick an XRP spot ETF over an Ethereum ETF is that spot Ethereum can be bought. You could bet Ethereum and get extra money back. You could do this on an exchange or any other dirty layer. Since you can buy Ethereum on the open market, stake it, and get even more, it doesn't make sense to buy the ETF, does it? That is his thought. He doesn't quite understand, though, that a huge DeFi layer is being made for the XRP record community. Yes, you can play with XRP. Even though it's not a proof-of-stake network, Flare and other DeFi layers can still give you the same return that he talked about. It doesn't make sense. Let me show you this. Stephen McClure, CEO and co-founder of Canary Capital Group, is watching this video clip. Somebody wants to buy an XRP ETF instead of an Ethereum ETF because Ethereum can be traded, which makes more money. I think you should be able to stake XRP on Flare and get something back. People can invest XRP in other places to make money. Look at this. Flare turned XRP into FXRP, which can be used in Flare's DeFi ecosystems, AMMs, loan pools, and FSESO staking, reward systems, and validators. This made the DeFi tool work. Most of the time, APY is between 8% and 10% per year. Okay? Then you think, okay, so the risks are smart contracts, bridge risks, and changes in the market. You can wrap XRP into DeFi on other chains and then get back XRP or CBXRP. The return on AMMs is between 5 and 10%, and you can put your money into either the BNB or a well-known layer 2 sidechain. Then there are centralized exchanges like Binance, earn reward schemes, and Easy Earn, and different ways to save money that can earn up to 0.05% APY. There are also ads that can save you 5 to 50%. Power Piggy is on Beatrue. What I mean is that I don't agree with his main point of view. Did I do something wrong? Let me know if you think I'm being too hard on this man. I just believe that we should be clear in what we say if we're going to go into organizations and try to tell people what's really going on and the truth about everything. It will look like we don't know what we're talking about or doing if we don't. I liked everything Canary Capital did in the crypto space, including letting people know about things like this. It will make a lot more sense for people to follow category stars that they can understand if we do these things right. A lot more people are in the same area as ETH, though. Many people won't see XRP as a clear boss because it doesn't have much. It's done a lot to stay on top of technology and keep moving forward. I guess that's all there is to it. Third, there is the need, the community, and the amount of people who are interested in this. I think the first month of XRP will be worth $5 billion. It's too early to tell, but I think it will do better right away than what you did. I can't help myself. Today is Sunday. It's past midnight. I'm here to write down things. And man, the Paul Barron, it looked too good. I want to know if Paul Barron had the same thought as me. But, you know, everything is okay. You might not want to tell that important person right away that you found someone else to hire. You could say, hey man, after the call though, you can stake XRP through Flare and other asset layers and get a cut of the money. In any case, that last piece of advice was good. He thinks that $5 billion can come into XRP in the first few weeks. Let us see how everything goes. It turns out, this is Jake Joshua. People who own XRP are the smartest business people. That sounds great to me, honey. They might be the best investors in crypto ever. I know that makes you mad, but pay attention. These held on no matter how scared the market was, and they are still not taking gains today. If you don't already have XRP, here's what I think you should do with it. Also, why can't we get these kinds of cars in the US? Stand up straight like you would in first class on Emirates. Today, XRP's market cap surpassed Uber's. You all know that this is right before the big news that the case between Ripple and the SEC is over. The case is over now that the news was good. Today was the first time in about 3 years that Ethereum quickly went over $4,000. That sounds like it might be true, but I'm not sure. But now that this is out there, experts believe XRP is about to take off. There are also crazy bulls who. I believe it will reach $1,000. Then there are reasonable people like me who think we can make $5 or $6. Let me explain. On the map, there was a green area the size of the Burj Khalifa. That was in November 2024. Could that happen again? That's all we know now. Adding more ways to pay, safe coins, and tokenized assets are what are making the XRPL grow. I'm not going to talk about how much Jake Claver thinks things will cost. Write something if you think XRP will reach $1,000. I made a movie that sort of breaks down Jake Claver's prediction of the price of Bitcoin. If you haven't already, go watch that movie. I thought a lot about that price guess. I was interested in the facts and what had to happen for Jake's price estimate to come true. In the last few shows, Jake has also changed his mind about what he said about the price. That video comes out today, Sunday. If you haven't seen it yet, you should watch this on Monday. Tell me what you believe. I try not to be too harsh, but I had to tell you the truth and show you what I saw instead of what Jake might say. But I'm going to talk about why XRP is useful in the real world. The Ripple case has been taken to court again. It finally stopped making people want to sell. We hope that this means charts will be hacked much less from now on. What is going to happen with XRP next? The price of XRP has been really great lately. It left its range of $200 to $280 and is now over $300, having reached $322. In the middle of all of this, XRP breaks out of its 4-hour Bollinger Bands. This is often a sign that the market isn't just responding to a one-time piece of news, but could be the start of a wave of price growth. Now, experts who are keeping an eye on this say that the difference between the upper and lower weekly bands is getting bigger. This picture makes it very clear that the calm is over and things are about to get more unstable. But between 360 and 380 is the next big problem. The rate will depend on how well the bulls can hold 320. Remember that above all else. At the moment, XRP is trying to turn 320 into support. If it fails, it's likely to go back down to that lower level, which is around $220 to $280. What's going to happen if it does? The XRP ETF is going to be one of the most important things people look forward to. The case over XRP is over, so it is now clear what the law says about the coin. Analysts believe that all the problems that were stopping the approval of a spot ETF have been fixed. Okay, let's quickly clear this up. Yes? It wasn't about whether or not XRP was a security. The case was almost over. That was done a long time ago, right? We got the judge to say that XRP is not a security in the second cell. That wasn't even a question of what the appeal was about. He said something wrong here, so I had to make that clear. Nate Garassi, who runs the ETF shop, is sure that BlackRock will also file for an XRP ETF in the next few months. XRP might go above $4 because of this. I also saw that Donald after seeing this.